Alright guys, today we're going to be learning how to find the equivalent resistance of the circuit seen at the top. So as you see here in the image we have here, we have a complex set of resistors. We need to simplify by combining them into either series or parallel resistors and then find the equivalent resistance using the formulas we had on the last video. So we can start by seeing that the first three resistors here, 8, 1, and 3, we can picture them as being lined up in series. Okay, so we have our 8 ohm resistor, our 1 ohm resistor, and our 3 ohm resistor. And we recall that for resistors in series, we simply add or sum the individual resistances. So we have a total resistance of 12 ohms for this first three resistors here, as you can see right here. So we put 12 here. Now, these two resistors are in parallel. So recall our formula from last time for resistors in parallel. From the last video, we had R1 times R2 over the sum of R1 and R2. Okay? So, we can see here that our resistors in parallel would be 12 ohms times 6 ohms, which is 72 ohms, over 12 plus 6 ohms, which would be over 18 ohms. 72 over 18 gives us a resistance of 4 ohms. Okay? Now moving on, we can see that these three resistors, the 7, the 4 ohm resistor, and the 7 ohm resistor, are now in series. These are in series. So 7, 4, and 7 gives us a resistors in series of 18 ohms. Okay? Okay, so we can see now, if we bring that image back up, we can see that we have our 18 ohm resistor right here next to our 9 ohm resistor, which is now in parallel together. So we have our equivalent resistance of our two resistors here in parallel would be 18 ohms times 9 ohms over 18 plus 9 ohms. So that would be 162 over 27, which is going to give us simply 6 ohms. So now moving on to our final version of the circuit. We have 6 ohms here, and then these are now in series again. If we can picture unwrapping or rearranging the resistors, twisting them to get 2 ohms here, our 6 ohm resistor here, and our 10 ohm resistor here, giving us the final equivalent resistance of 18 ohms. Okay? So that's how we simplify our circuits and the resistors in them to find the equivalent resistance of the whole circuit.